What's that top?
Huh?
Steph.
Oh.
What's that top?
Oh, my top. My sister got me it for Christmas. It is.
Make me a cuppa.
Just make me a cuppa, pass me my knitting, then back away slowly.
I've never seen such a modern grandmother type top.
Modern grandma. Yeah.
My other sister got me one that says, "I'm actually a dragon. This is just my human costume." Slowly.
I've never seen such a modern. Did you? What are you doing?
Mic check, mic check.
Stop recording me, Perv.
Yeah, testing. 1, 2, 3.
Oh well, oops.
Oh, I do. Okay, is that? Oh yeah, I'm muted on stream. That's.
All right. Thanks for bearing with us. In a couple of weeks, so we're picking things back up.
Yeah. Woo. Okay. Right. Go.
We're good? Alright, we're back. Okay. So, it looks as though this eye is about to fire or unleash some sort of energy attack. Andy, you can see this just as it's about to happen. What do you do? You're up first.
He poops into the other dimension.
Duck and cover, people!
Quickest and easiest way she could duck and cover, she just goes into the ethereal.
Speaking of cover, there is a number of little bits of pillars and low-bearing walls. Well, knee-high cover, should I say. But yeah, I guess that will do it, 100%. If you want to whoosh away into the astral sea.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, alright, I'll banish you for now. Okay. Alright,
I'm just going
as
to
you banish
quickly
yourself,
interrupt.
occasionally you've seen crackling lightning and like a weird nebula, a stormy nebula. But this time, nothing really. Seems pretty still. Just a beautiful starscape glittering in front of you. There doesn't seem to be any like, turbulence or anything like that this time. So, you're fine. Alright. Okay. It is the Overseer's go. Because it's going on initiative count 20. No matter what it rolls. Alright. Where do we aim the first pew pew laser beam? I think we just roll. I think 1 is gone, 2 is Darius, 3 is 1. Oh, Kachan is going straight to you.
Ooh.
Okay. Question is, what do I want to hit you with? Okay, yeah, let's just do the targeted ray. Actually, I can do it on all 3 of you, can't I? Why not just do that? Alright, so target the cluster of you, the group that's like closely together, and you see it focusing, and then there's this shudder from it, or it suddenly launches a barrage. Ooh, no, rolled a miss.
Can I throw it back?
No, it is not that kind of projectile. Okay, I just realized I rolled 1, then 2, then 3. Okay. Oof, rough. Just, I'm carrier. And then Llewellyn, you're lucky enough to get hit finally. So these 3 rays shoot out. Your and Carrier managed to evade it in time, but Llewellyn hits you, and you feel a burning sensation as you look down. It has actually scorched the front of your chest. And that's it. That's its go. It's Sean's go.
So this is the thing that we need to kill. Okay.
It's attacking us, so
Yes, sure.
attack it back, I guess.
I think this is just the entrance.
Now I think about it, Kashana is probably getting some mad horror vibes from when Auraban was here.
Yeah.
So he's going to break out into his monk rage and with feline agility. He's going to sprint up to the wall and is just going to reel back the staff and smash it into the eye.
Alright.
And Cameron is going to bring up character sheet because I've got to do that.
You can target it, by the way.
Yes, I actually wanted to say that animation was sick.
It gets
Okay,
better.
right. I have...
Wait.
Oh, don't say that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Okay, 17. Yeah, it misses. You feel as though there's no real solid structure to this. It's almost as if your staff just whooshes through the archway, and as you pull it back, you can see this sort of tendril of energy on it, like it's like you put it through water and it's like pulling back. Strange.
I'll kind of spin it round and try and stab in to try and find a sense to it instead.
Okay.
In the eye.
20. There we
Yeah,
go.
that worked a little better. You kind of stab right into the core where you'd expect maybe some sort of control gem or something, and instead of hitting something solid, it feels sort of spongy, and I guess it ripples, and you can see its eye twitch momentarily.
Constitution saving throw.
This old one. Yep.
2022, and it's all the same.
Yeah.
Well, it's
That fails.
2022.
And it is immune to stun.
No!
Yep.
No!
Once
Kashan
again, you
packs
find-
up his shit, starts walking away. I'm out.
Yeah, once again, it feels like this is just a ball of energy. There's no real solid mass, so you have no no like pressure points to push into with your key, and it's just a roiling mass there now.
Very well. I will
Mm-hmm.
flurry of blows.
Okay.
Pat. 27 to hit. And pat.
Nice. Okay.
Sweet. 19 points of damage.
Yeah, once again, you're gonna aim for what you feel is like the more spongy parts, and you can see it like again twitching it with perhaps pain. Not too sure, but that's gonna be your go.
Yep.
Irina. Oh, actually, at the end of Kashan's go,
Oh,
we're going to take a quick legendary action to fire off another the Eldritch Eye at actually I can hit all three of you once again.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna quickly try and make it go prone as part of the.
It is also immune to prone. It's a ball. Whichever way it turns, it is simply already.
What
We
about?
could do the one that
what about
prevents its
pushback?
reactions.
Whoa!
Ouchies.
Whoa! Hold up!
Okay.
Hold up!
Lucky for you, it is only 2d10.
That's okay.
But it does just suddenly turn to you and point blank blast you in the face for a natural 20.
Shit.
And then it targets Karius with it seemingly twitches back over to you, Karius, and fires one straight towards you. Yep, connects. And then the last beam, I think it's skill 3. Yep, it does. Last beam fires at you, the villain. That's it. It just zaps you for a bit. You can feel a force push you back. This one doesn't burn like the one it did before.
Can I shield?
But you want to shield it?
My
Shield
one and only spell slot.
Sure.
I will.
All right.
I will.
No problem.
Covers me for a round at least then.
Managed to bring up the arcane barrier just in time. You see the energy dispersed around it. And that's it. Okay. Now it's Irina's go. You've just seen Kashan run up and just punching into the archway.
What the hell are you lot doing? Kashan, I don't think you can open it that way.
It's an evil eye. It's attacking everyone.
Yeah, that
It just brings up
It's
a
a
shield like
wall.
with an eye in it. That
Just shot me.
shot me as well.
Carving in a wall, you guys. What the hell?
Wait. You can't see the art.
You are drunk. You've been in the heat too long.
Can you not see the effect it's done on us?
What?
Get that, Irina!
And that's about 6 seconds, I'd say, of you talking and trying to figure out what the hell's going on. But I will allow you to move if you want.
Yeah. I'm literally gonna stroll. I can't get all the way up there.
No, okay.
But I'm literally gonna go like in front of it.
No, get back!
Yeah.
And let's see, what can I do? Well, I guess obviously if the standing around talking is basically essentially taking up my turn, that's all I can do then.
Yeah, I will say so. Because it is a bit confusing and everyone else is launching into the fight. Lavellen, it's your go.
I guess, in terms of how I'd think eyes would work, I'd try and find a means of cover. Which, there's a pillar over here, right?
There is a pillar, yeah.
Yeah. So I get to here, and then I will... 60 feet. I will do a good old Toll the Dead on it.
Okay.
And Kashan just did some damage to it, right? So
You did, yeah.
yeah. So a sec. Let me alt to target. It's been a while.
Alright, nice.
And
It
then
did fail.
I'll
It
take
doesn't
cover.
seem immune to the necrotic damage either. So you can see that its energy sort of saps slightly and it shrinks for a moment.
Not cool.
Alright. Okay, so it was going to fire another Eldritch. Well, sorry, not Eldritch. Yeah, Eldritch Eye at you, but now you've jumped into cover. It's going to instead go for Sean here. Should have been this. Okay. Misses. Alright. And then one at Carriot. Oh, for 1 point of damage. Hardly anything. And we can do another one at Sean. Why not? Alright. Oh, it does hit though. Okay. He gets zapped a little bit as it's continuing to launch eye beams everywhere. And you feel it's like powering up. Feels like it's getting more and more energized with each shot. That is
I
its
love
go.
the fact that to Irina it's just literally a case of, it's almost like Power Rangers taking hits from like some invisible entity. It's all exaggerated.
That's it. Alright, Gareth, your turn.
Alright, Karis will glaive up next to this thing.
Oh boy.
Just sort of glaives up right in front of this, and it's just like, looks to Irina and say, so you can't see that.
See what? It's a wall.
Okay, Carius will use shape water to splash water on his face to see if, like, he can wake himself up if this is an illusion.
Make me it's going to be an investigation check. Wow. Not bad, Karen.
I'm pretty good at those.
Yeah, I can tell. So, splashing yourself with water, you do see a slight shimmer and blurriness to the eyeball in front of you. And for just a brief moment, you swear you can see all the way straight through it, as if it was translucent. Could be something not real, could be an illusion. It did feel like you saw straight through it for a moment.
Anyone heard of illusions that can hurt?
Yeah.
I think that might be what
I
this
have,
is.
but I don't know if Irina.
Yeah, Phantasmal Force.
Now's
Alright.
not the
And
time to be talking.
So with that, we're back to top of the round. Oh wait, actually, fire off one more little couple of beams. Yeah, it's got another legendary action. Okay, one extra charm. And Llewellyn, you've got cover. So I will fire this. You've got +5 to this AC. So what would your AC be with +5?
My AC with +5. I've not got a shield up now, have I? So it hits 16. It would have been.
Okay. Alright, it does hit then. You only take like 1 point of damage though.
Yeah.
Yeah, not a big deal. And Carius, it fires straight towards you. It does fire straight to you. And the
Would it
beam,
be a disadvantage because of how close I am?
it does nothing to you.
Yeah.
It literally does nothing to you. You see the beam, it's like, and I guess it gets like dissolved by your water that's still over your body. So it seemingly passes straight through. Okay, it is Andy's go now.
She's been here in the sea a good few times, and you know, normally it kind of semi echoes what's going on in the material plane. So, is she clever enough to put two and two together and think, wait a second, there should be like something going on in here that's not, you know, nice, peaceful tranquility. Not that it's really nice, but
Yeah, give me an investigation check as well then. See if you can put the clues together.
completely lost her accent. It's been a while. Come on, come on.
Because you're right, there's normally nebulas of tumultuous thunder and lightning, but it's nothing, just serene, tranquil starscape. So you kind of get the picture, maybe there isn't any conflict here, which is what's been said before. You've heard this lightning crackle and called itself that.
Right, she's gonna pop back out then.
Okay. You pop back into reality, and as you do, you see straight through the archway, and the translucent eyeball appears kind of wobbly and shimmery like a mirage.
Gosh darn desert! I should have known. I lived in the desert all my life. I should have known.
Yeah, I get that too.
Every time.
Though I've never known mirages to actually hurt.
For you, Kachan, it's still very real.
What are you all talking about? We're in danger!
Pretend it's a Yeti.
They're not real. This is very real. This is not like a Yeti.
Sean, use your monk powers and see the truth.
Well, if we can. Firstly, this eyeball reverberates, shudders violently, and then explodes outwards. And I need, well, should
Hey.
offer you to make a con save. But, roll it anyway.
Trying, but some reason clicking it isn't doing anything.
Yeah, clicking it's not doing anything for me either.
Okay, just roll me a con save on your sheet then.
Yeah. Con save.
Okay.
Nice.
I'm glad you've got that amulet.
Why the hell am I taking damage? Excuse you?
Right, undo it. Don't you worry. However, I will say that you do still feel a push, Carius. Even though you've overcome like what you see as an illusion, your mind's still trying to comprehend something that's real. You get pushed back. How is it? 10 feet away. Yeah. You get shoved back. You don't feel any damage.
Pushes me in the direction I want to go, so it's fun.
And what did Kashan there get?
19.
That's a save. Wow. Very nice.
Wow.
You do take half as much damage though, so you're only. Let's see. Oh, you did take that, didn't you? 18 points of damage. Cool. All right. Yeah, you see this eyeball burst, and it pushes the carriers back. Irina just stands there. Not even her hair wafts away or anything. Just stands there as the eyeball bursts free. And Kishan, you are definitely feeling the force, but you're holding onto the edge of the archway there. And that's it.
Cool.
Let's go. Oh.
So with, is it my turn?
Yeah.
Cool. So with that blast, I'm actually going to let go of the wall, going away with the force, and I'm going to bring out Cheney Dave, and I'm going to swing it at it. As it hooks on, this is obviously if I hit, I'm going to land on the floor and try and yank it out the wall.
Okay.
Get over here.
Exactly, literally, yeah. That misses.
Oh.
I'm going to try again.
That's just a hit. Yeah, I'll do it. You see, after the explosion, you're trying to swoop this chain in, and perhaps there's still some residual energy pushing it back, but you overcome it with a second attempt and hooks it right into the pupil.
And I'm not going to, choose to roll and deal damage. You can use an attack to make a grapple on a success check. Okay, so yeah, I want to try and pull that out the wall.
Okay. Well, again, it being kind of like this massive energy, you feel something pull, and then your sickle does pull away, and you see it kind of lurches forward just slightly, but it doesn't unplug it from the entire chamber. Seems an energy is keeping it there.
Does it move the eye down so it's now looking towards me?
Yeah, sure. It is
Sweet.
wholly focused on you.
Cool, so I think that I've got it hooked in the top of the eye and I've dragged it down, so I'm like, right, everybody, get away! I've got it!
Oh no.
Oh, indeed. Okay. Irina, yes, you'll go.
You're an idiot. And I'm just gonna walk straight up to the wall and like, obviously, there's something here. I'm literally just gonna start like patting the wall to find like a door or something. It's obviously some form of opening somewhere. Like, can I, like, the runes around it, can I read them?
The runes, there are runes, yes, but last time I think you were just about to kind of decipher them, and then this thing happened. Let's see, what did you roll last time? We'll just give you a new roll. Let's give you a fresh Arcana check.
Arcana.
Mm-hmm.
15.
15? Okay. Let's see. Okay, you can definitely tell there is a number of different runes in a circular-like pattern around this, around the archway. And just having a quick glance at them, you can tell what school of magic they are. They are indeed illusion. And they are currently, I guess, active from what you can tell as well. It's sort of flowing and pulsing in a circular motion.
Okay. What I'm gonna do is, I'm just gonna move myself right up to it. And I'm literally going to, like, put my hands on the wall, and I'm literally gonna stare at it, and then wait until I can see through it using my ghostly gaze. I want to see what's on
through
the
the
other side.
wall itself.
Yeah, I want to look through the wall.
Okay. You're suddenly surprised to realize there is nothing but more stone, solid stone, all the way through. This whole wall has just been built into the side of like a literal canyon wall. Very peculiar, but there is nothing but rock for about 30 feet.
Okay. For about 30 feet.
Yeah, that's just. If you can't imagine they'd build a 30-foot thick wall, but from just glancing around and looking, this is just a brick wall up against a canyon.
I'm gonna take my hands away then.
Yep.
And I'm gonna turn around and I'm gonna look at that bit on the floor.
Back here.
Yep.
Okay.
I can't
say
reach
that you can-
it this turn, I don't think.
Yeah, you're heading towards it though. That's fine.
Yeah, I can get to about there.
Alright, so we'll say on your next turn you can try that on the floor instead.
Yeah.
So
I'm just gonna point and be like, right there. I don't know who I'm speaking to. One of you.
all right, Llewellyn.
Have the X-ray shirt.
She does, doesn't she? Yeah.
Mhm.
So,
Okay, Llewellyn. Oh well, let me just fire off some beams actually before we do that. More pew pews.
oh, no.
Sean, you've got back into melee. I thought you was pulling away. Oh well, never mind. It misses anyway.
No, I pulled the eye light down,
Okay.
so I'm like underneath it.
Yeah, it continues to try and barrage little beams at you. One or two of them here, but they're not as powerful as the initial one it did. Okay, and it's now Llewellyn's go.
So, seeing that Irina's unaffected, Carius was, but now doesn't seem to be, and Kashan is still going ham on it. I'm going to pull out my book from my back. I'm going to point the book at the eye, and instead of looking at whatever this is through my biological eye, I'm going to close my eye and look for it through the book.
Oh yes, well through your other eye. Yeah.
Through the magical artifact that is the book, and see if I can if that'll give me a better grasp on what's going on here.
Okay, as you see through your eye, which is attached to your book, there is a moment where it kind of swirls and pulls closer towards you, like the vision is zoomed in. And I'd like you to give me an investigation check as well. It'd be your action.
Yeah, that I figured so. Investigation check.
Yes.
20.
Okay. Your eye on the book, as it's pulling in, it's as if it's sucking it into the book itself, pulling the magic and eating it. And what's vacuumed in that space afterwards is nothing but a brick wall. And your book speaks to you telepathically in your mind and says, no secrets can be kept from me.
I figured so. A phantasmal force that reacts to being damaged. Interesting. And then as I open my eyes, my other eye, my biological eye, what do I see now upon doing that?
You do still see a faint shimmer and a translucent-ish orb there. There's just an archway with like a brick wall behind it. But the eyeball is like shimmering like a mirage. And also your book says, and look at your chest, not a scratch. And you do look down, there was a burning sensation there before, nothing now. But you can still sense that pain in your head.
Yeah.
Felt it.
It's like a phantom pain sort of thing.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else?
I probably shout to Kashan, you need to figure this out. Where the rest of us have.
Well, apparently I'm the only one doing work.
You're the only one wasting time.
Ew. Ew. The lasers are all firing towards you. They all miss as you're like wrestling with this thing, trying to turn to it. It's Karis's go.
Right, Carius is going to glide over to this eye patch on the floor, which seems to be glowing, and just sort of look at it and just go. And he's just going to try stabbing at it with his other glaive, just sort of poking about at it to see if that does anything. Like if it's like a keyhole and he's just trying to twist it or something.
Okay. Yeah, are you trying to do it like proper viciously or just just tapping and searching.
Sort of tapping, searching around, seeing if there's like any, you know, like if it was like a pressure pad or something, like just trying to see if there's any give at all as he's pushing against it.
Yes, you can give me an investigation check as well.
Damn it, dice.
Not in the center, at the very least. Not finding anything that pushes in. There is some glow coming from the center, but if you tap it, you realize it's some sort of gemstone. But there's no keyhole. Okay.
You know, I think I'm just gonna take a wild guess here. There's some sort of like gemstone in the middle, and I'm wondering if that's like powering this illusion, like a storage sort of thing. Just a guess.
Okay. With that, what do you want to do, Andy?
Steal the shiny.
Yeah, that's basically it. He basically comes over, cracks her knuckles, right, gets the jeweler's kit stuff out just in case. She's going to try and pry this thing out.
Oh, okay. Yeah, hadn't thought of that. Alright, let's gonna get out the little chisel and start to pry it out. Give me a thieves tools check. Just check how you do that. Oh, it's jeweler's tools on your sheet. So, yeah, under your inventory, under tools, you can roll that, and then you'll be able to select
Do
from
that
the
bit.
chat. And yeah, I'll add your dex, of course.
Yep. Okay.
And it should be
Damn.
there in
Oh,
your...
no.
Oh no,
Oh, no.
natural one! Ooh.
Jeez, Andy,
Okay.
she hasn't stolen anything for a while, so I suppose she's a bit right.
Is that the first time she's rolled a natural one?
It isn't. Okay. So as you're tapping into it and getting right close to the eye, once again, it seems to activate the trap once again and like flashes into your face as you're hit with another phantom illusion. I'd like you to roll another wisdom save.
But she knows that it's illusion, though.
She does. But it creates it in your head. Okay. The eye suddenly roars back into existence, and for a moment you swear you know it's an illusion, but at this time round you believe that seeing it as an illusion was the illusion, and the eye feels very much real now. And yeah,
Illusion was that it was an illusion. Wow.
the illusion was that it was an illusion, and you're hit again with this magical trap. Yep. Okay.
Ridiculous!
Oh boy, and that's not good because it's going right after you. And it's going to prove that it's not an illusion by targeting you with a great deal of laser beams. You see it charging up one large burst, but instead of firing it all in one go, it seems to like spit it in rapid succession straight towards Andy and I guess Tishan. You're the only two left with it, so see, Opti Barrage. Go! Do the animation. No, didn't do it. Try it again.
It's a deck save?
No, it didn't. Oh, it's because I'm not getting selected. My bad. That'd be why.
Is it a deck save?
It's gonna be once I actually do roll it properly. It's not doing it. Okay, so let me just check what it does. Yeah, it is a deck save. There we go. Oh, that's why it's not doing it. Oh, I love it. Okay, wow, Andy, flying colours succeeded the dodge. I've also rolled several more times afterwards, so forgive me as it fires several more laser beams, and I'll undo that one for you. Sean, what did you get? An 18. Wow, you succeeded, and you have evasion, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So at this point, you're briefly getting the impression, maybe it's not real after all. And you see it firing in rapid succession, but you manage to cartwheel out of the way, dodge past. You swear some of them may have like flung past you just barely. You didn't feel the heat didn't singe your fur or anything. So you're like, huh? You're not quite sure.
Nah, Kashan's in for the long run. It's real.
Yeah, that's very cool. Yeah, he sold. But this, what do you say? Did do half damage to Andy? Yes, it did. Even though you swear it was an illusion before, the blast hit you and you feel the force pushing you back. You get hit in the shoulder, the other shoulder, and then maybe even like the forehead. So it is definitely real, or at least it feels it. Okay, back to.
She's just stood there like, okay, I'm actually kind of impressed.
Yeah, it is back to you, Kashan.
I would like to insight check the rest of my friends.
You swear that your friends are somehow avoiding its ire. It just hates you and Andy,
No,
perhaps.
they want me to die.
Well, yeah, maybe. Maybe they're in league with it. That's a good point, actually. Yeah, roll an insight check.
I swear to God.
They've led you into a trap.
I can't believe you
What
do
has
this
led
to
us
me.
here?
Yeah, you let us
Very
into
true.
this.
That's true, but what
I
is that
do
other
it.
trap? And to believe you're the one leading. My God, they're masterminds. All of them.
I'm gonna hit Irina. You're the closest one.
Yeah.
I do it all along. You want this to like that way for me? I'm joking though. No, I'm going for the eye. I'm just gonna say, you've taken over their minds. How dare you? Yeah.
Okay. You hit it again. It does seem to wobble, reverberate slightly. You feel that we could eventually destroy this thing with enough force. It is taking what you feel is damage. Oh yeah, a bit more.
Gonna climb up, climb up the chain, and I'm gonna get to the eye. Another flurry of blows.
That you see it shuddering, and you see perhaps like little bits of energy bursting out of it. Like imagine there would be like solar flares just bursting out of the side of it. Nice, yeah. So at this point, it's looking rough. All these separate solar flares bursting every inch. Okay.
I was gonna say, do I get a wisdom save for anything?
No, you don't.
Okay.
Unless you try to determine whether it is real or not, you rationalize it as an actual creature that's trying to kill you.
Then in that case, yeah, Kashan's going all out. He has no reason to believe that it's not real.
Except for what your friends have said.
Exactly, but they've been taken over.
Right. Good point. Okay. At the end of your turn, it will fire a quick shot at Andy, and then 2 at you again, Kashan, because you're the most dangerous. But it having a hard time tracking you as you're getting right up into its face. Eye. It is Irina's go. You've seen the runes that are
Sean
creating.
sees it as a giant laser pointer.
Yeah, that's what's happening.
I mean, my whole thought process, without it being literally just random D&D bullshittery, it's a big eye. A big eye killed Elravan, and you guys have all of a sudden stopped fighting it,
True.
but it's still hurting me. That's kind of like Kashan's
Yeah,
mind behind all this.
yeah. There would be part of this is perhaps the illusion is perhaps drawing from Kashan's memories and the villains, of course. Maybe that's why it's manifested as an eyeball firing laser beam, because that was one of the most traumatic fights you've ever endured. Oh wait, and Andy, of course. So many of you were there. Forget. Okay, regardless, it is still moving down the turn order. Irina, you got any ideas?
Like looking at like Andy trying to fry this thing out of the ground. Do I think that's
they've reeled back from the shots, haven't they? You can tell they're under this effect again.
Okay. Does it look like she loosened it at all?
Not with the natural one. She tried to interact with it, and it flashed again as if activating the trap a second time.
Alright. That. I'm just reading a thing. It's not really gonna work, I don't think. Is there anything about the sort of the markings on the ground? You say it doesn't look like the center like clicks or anything, but like obviously it's within another circle, so I'm wondering if it rotates.
Yeah, do you want to give me an investigation check?
Yeah.
And you took your X-ray vision on for us. How long does it last?
No, I think I have to concentrate on a specific area. I don't think it continues.
Okay.
Let me find it, hold on. Where am I looking? Invocations, there we go.
Well, you could do that as part of this investigation.
For 1 minute.
Oh, it lasts for a minute, does it?
There you go then. Okay, cool. You've still got that active, and if you're looking around the scenes, I'll give you advantage.
What am I rolling again? Sorry.
Investigations.
Right, okay. 23.
Excellent. Okay. So what we normally you'd kind of gloss over, you can see that there are seams around the edge, like you mentioned, perhaps it rotating. It does appear to be somewhat separate from the rest of the flooring around here. And as you get right close to it to perhaps move some of the sand out of the way, is when your vision pushes through the floor, through this barrier, and you begin to perceive the outlines of jagged stone steps descending down.
So this thing, kind of, obviously, if I can see kind of through it, if there's some sort of mechanic to open it, can I see where that is?
Right.
Because if it rotates, then I should be able to, in theory, see where I need to rotate it to.
Okay, yeah, you see that there are, as you're looking around, and you wouldn't be able to do this unless you had X-ray vision.
Yeah.
You can see that there is on the outer edges a cog-like shape to it. It's not perfectly circular. It's got little jutting bits, and those cogs are attached to 2 more cogs here and here. And I'll draw them on the map so you can see them a bit clearer. But what I'm trying to show you is, here we go, circle tool. Yeah,
Right.
they're almost like 2 cogs like this. That makes sense?
Mhm.
Cool.
Okay.
Alright, and I think that is going to be your action. The villain. You're seeing through this illusion, but Kashan is still under the effects.
Yeah. Am I able to get up to Kashan?
Yeah.
I get up to Kashan, and I'm like, right, you need to trust me. You're a monk. I put my hand over his eyes. I say, don't see the danger, sense it.
What? Don't see with your eyes, see with your heart.
I'm hoping this helps him to.
I will say if you'll have advantage on any check you have to maybe overcome this effect.
Very quickly though, am I technically charmed?
No. No, you're not.
Weirdly, the phantasmal spells and similar don't count as charm effects. They're just enchantment.
Nope. They're illusion magic, not
Illusions.
enchantment magic.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Yeah.
I was gonna say otherwise it's like Egbert is now blind.
Yeah, that would have been that would have been helpful. But Eggbird's as confused as you are in this moment. They're just like probably wondering why you're doing cartwheels and trying to dodge out of the way. So that is going to be your turn, Levin. You're basically aiding him and helping him
Yeah.
in the next turn. Okay. I would say it fires at Kashan, but he doesn't see the illusion.
Mm.
Well, this is going to go for. I'm sorry, they're going to go for Andy in this case.
Oh no.
They're only. Oh. They're only smaller bursts of energy, but they're still adding up. And Andy, you can see the eye firing and concentrating all of its efforts on you now. Okay. That is its legendary action. Carius, you're up.
He looks to Irina. I've seen that look on your face before. You've seen something. What do we do?
There's things. This is like a big cog, and then there are two little cogs either side, and then there's a staircase underneath here.
Okay.
Something opens.
Right. What? And where are the cogs? The other cogs.
I literally point like under
Yeah,
there and under there.
Right. Carius will move over to this one, towards this, and will cast Gust to basically try to blow like this sand away to see if he can reveal anything underneath.
Okay. You do see there is mosaic-like patterns similar to this one, but as you dust and into that whole area, you see it also wash away some of the sand across the pillar, and you see a very similar mosaic design matching the one on the floor as well, and a main center eye. It kind of seems like it's, because you've gusted it, I'll say that the sand reveals a set of grooves around the exterior of that eye, almost like you could literally put your fingers in it.
I sort of. He turns briefly and looks to Andy. It's like, it might still be a good idea to remove that, but it might be better to just come and try to turn this thing. And then we can get underground, hopefully.
Yeah.
And that'll be his turn, because I don't have any.
You move up to it? Yes?
Yeah.
Cool, alright. Fine. Okay, it is back to Andy's go.
He's just grabbing us a drink.
Okay. Grabbing a drink. Okay.
Hold on. So Carius is basically saying maybe just leave that and move to the cog.
The other one might be the same. There's like some grooves that you might be able to turn.
Yeah,
the
I
pillar.
mean, she'll just follow your lead at this point.
Yeah.
Okay. Carius is pointing it out to you. You can clearly see on the other pillar, it's covered in sand and dust, but there is a mosaic of like an eye. And there's enough of a groove on the eye that you could fit your fingers around it.
And can I tell which direction they've got to turn?
Judged based on your investigation check earlier, yeah, I'll say you know both of them need to turn it. Actually, one needs to turn it clockwise, the other one needs to turn it counterclockwise in order to actually rotate this thing. Because if they both turn the same way, it'll actually cancel each other out.
Alright, I will relay that to the appropriate persons.
Yep. So Carius is ready to do his, but won't be able to do his till his turn. So.
So, I guess Andy, if you could hold your action to do it, then as soon as it gets to Carius, you can activate it.
Yeah.
Okay. In that case, it's go. Alright. Sean is up in its grill once again.
Sean can't see it,
He can't.
and Andy's not looking at it.
No. True. Hmm. Okay.
Laser
In that
what
case-
chat card. It ends its turn.
It's going to try and... No, it won't fire any more rays, but it will use its Thunder Pulse once again. So, although you can't see the eye beams, you definitely feel like a gravity pushing you away from it. It's going to unleash that once again. Place a measure template. Take it right about here. Now, it's going to make everyone roll, but I'll undo the damage afterwards.
Do we all need to make the saving throw roll, or?
Yeah, just to get rid of the effect. Because you can still sort of see it, and you see it pulse outwards. But I guess for most of you already understand it's an illusion. I'm not sure everyone doesn't even see it.
I had to exit off because I won't let me click it.
Sean succeeding again. With Uber flying
So.
Alright. Okay. Andy, you get... Frolic. Yeah, Sean, you passed. There we go. Runs back to health. Okay, Sean, you only feel a brief pulse. You're not shoved all the way away. But definitely feel like there's still something there. You can't see it, but it is there. And unfortunately for Andy, you feel the full force of this shove you up against the pillar, and as you get pressed up against it, you probably get a mild concussion as your head cracks against the stone. As you're pushed, you would have been pushed 10 feet that way, but you're just up against the pillar, effectively slammed against it. Okay. That's it. That's his go. It is back to you, Kashan.
Okay, so Kashan now being blinded. First question.
Sense it.
Llewellyn, you're covering one eye with your hand.
No, I'm covering your eyes with my hand. Yeah, pretty much like that over your face, covering your eyes.
You're right, Llewellyn. I'm being reckless.
Sense the danger, and you'll see there is no danger.
I don't need sight to kick its ass!
No!
I guess I'll roll with disadvantage.
Yeah.
Come on! God damn it.
Oh, no. No. Miss. Swish, swoosh.
I'm not gonna flurry of blows it because I'm just swinging my
okay.
bow staff wildly.
You can still do a bonus action, one punch.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. I
Nice.
hit Llewellyn.
Natural one. As you're swooshing through, it feels like you are just hitting thin air because you can't see what you're trying to attack. Before there was this spongy gravity force there, but there's nothing there anymore. You're just swooshing through and you're like, where's it gone? Maybe it's moved, maybe Llewellyn's pulled you away. You can't tell because you're blind.
Llewellyn, guide me towards it.
You are literally hitting the wall with your staff.
No,
where
it's
you think
not
it
the wall,
is?
it's the creature.
Just take a few seconds. Take a few seconds. Take a deep breath, and you'll see there's nothing there.
Have I actually got?
I'm not seeing that there's nothing there.
All right, Irina, you'll go.
Okay.
I don't have this spell.
The thing is, obviously, I can't see this thing, but it's obviously causing issues for two of my friends.
Hmm.
Okay. Internally, it feels like a waste, but it's also not a waste. So I'm gonna do it anyway.
Oh, darkness. Casting darkness. Hey.
So
Cool.
basically, you see, like, she kind of like knows it's there because that's why they're like, oh my god, you don't see that, and she's kind of basically gonna pull like sort of like the hilt of Candlewick and the blade is literally just going to disperse and just get bigger and bigger and bigger until it's like this huge black cloud, essentially.
Fantastic. It completely encompasses that area. You don't see anything but darkness now in that area. So if they weren't blinded before, they definitely are now. But, you know, it might affect the creatures, the illusion, because if they believe the illusion to be blinded, then it will effectively be blinded, you know what I mean? It's very confusing, but yes, let's just go down. And I will say that because it can't see anything, it's not able to really target anything. You just see rays shooting out randomly and wildly. I guess only people who see that are the people who see it like a slight mirage. But yeah, it's just firing off randomly. Curious, back to you.
For me, I'm doing as we suggested. I'm going to turn this one way and instruct Andy to turn theirs the other, so that we try to welcome this thing.
Okay. All right. So as you turn it perhaps clockwise and Andy counterclockwise in this moment, you see the two cogs, Irina, beginning to rotate opposite directions. As a result, the main center cog begins to spin. You can hear a grinding sound as the sand shifts away, and as it rotates, you see these slats in the top of the platform slide one by one away, revealing steps leading down. And there is even a sconce on the wall. It's empty. They haven't used it by the looks. There is an empty sconce nonetheless.
Lavella, use your missed turn to drag him down the stairs.
Yeah,
Sorry about that. Yeah, I forgot you're Llewellyn.
So seeing
blind as well now.
seeing as we're in darkness, and obviously I know where it was, I'm going to remove my hand away from Kashan. I am going to get circle around to the front. I'm going to grab, and in like a ghost-like moment, guide his hand to where it was so he can feel the wall. And I'm going to say, we've tried sight, we're going to try touch now. Please don't make me move on to making you taste it, because this is a wall. I will grind your face across this if you do not get this. He's gone from like trying to help to, this is starting to annoy me. Why is Kashan not seeing this? Sort of thing. So I basically guided, because he said to guide him, guided his hand to the wall so he can feel the solid wall there where the thing should have been.
Yeah, I guess sure enough, you do feel a solid stone wall. There's no real pulse of energy. It's not making sense, but he could also be just pushing you up against another wall, for all you know, because you're blind.
Don't say that to him.
I mean,
What are you doing, Ellen?
Look, it's not there. There's nothing there. It's an illusion that makes you think that you are in danger.
Hmm.
Well, then get your hands off my face.
My hand isn't on your face now. It's now on your hand. I've guided your hand to the wall. So you feel the wall now with your hand.
True, you don't feel his hand on your face. There is just complete darkness because of the darkness spell.
Huh. What?
It makes you think you're in danger.
Do I have like a big headache now, I'm assuming?
Give me an intelligence check.
Oh boy.
No. Oh no.
Nope.
No, obviously this would be with advantage because of Llewellyn's helping you. I forgot to mention that.
Please.
14.
14 is pretty decent.
14, yeah, you're starting to get the concept, but having a hard time believing how it works, and you swear you were feeling the damage. Like, you can't lie to yourself. That was definitely a painful experience, getting blasted several times by this thing.
Do I actually have like a headache based on
Yeah, the headache is based basically on the psychic damage that you've taken.
Yeah, that's
None of
what
it
I
was
thought.
force
Yeah.
or fire. It was all psychic damage. But nonetheless, you still haven't overcome the possibility that this thing is not real. Just you're starting to gain the idea that it could be fake.
Yeah,
But
Kashan's going to just be shifty eyeing, and I'm. But oh wait, it's not even my turn. Never mind. Ignore me.
Shifty eye into what? You can't see me.
Yeah, he's just shifty eye, kind of like looking for it, effectively.
Yeah.
it's nowhere to be seen. It's just complete darkness, and you're just like, where is it?
But for what is left of my turn, I put my hook on his shoulder and I say, "Don't worry, I will tease you with this using my own spell that's like this afterwards."
Okay. And
You feel
we're back
Kashan
down.
staring at you.
So at this point, Andy, you can see this. There's like this large set of stone steps leading down into the earth. There you go. Perfect.
Damn, I missed out on getting the shiny thing.
I will find you another shiny thing. Let's
We'll get it on the way out.
Right, well, let's go.
Okay. Yeah. Doesn't feel like you're in any danger of getting blasted by the eyeball, but that's probably because you can't see it. Maybe it can't see you. But yeah, if you want to run down, can do. And
I actually imagine it just kind of like jumping down the stairs a little bit further down rather than running all the way down them.
sure. Okay. And
Who goes down circular stairs like a normal person?
Who uses the stairs? Gareth said, hovering on his glaive.
Those of us that can fly.
Sure. All right. And as for the rest of you, we're out of combat order now, effectively. Darkness will shut it down. Not to mention the fact that you guys have actually opened up the door, which was effectively what channeled, like you said, the gem was powering this type of magic. But you can't
Funny
build
thing
that.
is, even with that darkness, I can still see through it because I can see through magical darkness. So I can literally see what Kashan is still doing.
Yeah, you can see the.
Just like feel the wall, Kashan.
You currently see Lavellan's hand on top of Kashan's hand that's against the wall.
I just go over, like grab them both by the shoulder, and just steer them out of the dark.
Can you tell what it is yet?
No, Irina, we need to settle this. We don't want another Yeti situation. He'll believe this is real for the rest of his life.
I push them over the edge and down the stairs.
Oh my god.
Now that's real danger.
Irina, you have saved us.
You tumble down, probably hitting your head several more times, which then explains why you got a headache, because you got smacked on the stairs. Yeah, that's the end of that little encounter. Several of you do still feel the attacks are freshly in your head, though you look over your body. There's no physical injury. For you, actually, tell a lie. For you, Andy, there is one, but that's only because you threw yourself into the stone pillar, which felt real, and it actually was, but it wasn't an actual blast. It was just you literally just running headfirst into it, effectively. That's what everyone else saw. He wasn't under the effect. Just like headbutting a pillar wasn't the smartest thing.
We will not talk about this, okay?
Don't worry, I saw nothing.
Okay. I will encapsulate it forever in illusions.
It's going to be in your memory, bro. Just the memory.
It will. Not that you know about it.
No, but...
It will.
Oh, that's going to... I'm also imagining there being a prominent memory of you just taking Kashan's hand and placing against the wall.
It was a bonding moment.
Honestly, that was. You said it's like a ghost-like moment, so...
Right.
All right. moving past that, all heading down into the dark interior. What is
Yeah.
everyone using for a light source down here?
Dark vision.
Dark vision.
Doesn't let you see in the dark.
Is it pitch black?
We might as well call that dim vision, because as we know, it is only helping you when there's dim lighting, you can see normally. In complete darkness, you can see with disadvantage. So you can maybe pull it off, but you're just as impaired as are the humans in the party as well.
I thought it was just black and white.
I mean,
No,
is that as well.
you can
still
see,
need a light source though.
you can see in dim light as if it was bright light.
And darkness,
As
complete
if it was,
darkness, as if it was dim.
yeah.
you
So-
can-
Yeah. Karis is just going to light a torch.
yeah.
That's sensible. Torch is fine. That will illuminate the way. And it feels like this place was built for torches as well, being that there are these empty sconces as you continue down.
In fact, Carius will light a torch and put it on a sconce near the entrance, and then he'll take another torch with him. So that way there's at least a light near the entrance, so they have a potential way
so-
to lead them out.
Is a sconce just a torch holder?
Yes.
None of the sconces have torches on them that are out.
Nope. None of them are. None are holding torches.
Okay. I'm about to say I'm gonna try and light some, but
If you want to use some torches to light some, I have some.
yeah, I
How
should have.
far down does this go? Stairwise. Does it look?
It goes down at past 30 feet, so you're actually not that far. Probably about 20 feet.
It's 60-foot dark vision, so we'd still be able to see until a certain point.
Well,
But
I can do a thing, but like it could also be a bit of a giveaway if I do it.
Are you going to set yourself on fire?
No. Like I literally I can look down the hole, but I'm just checking if I need to have visual before I do this. I don't think I do.
I look at Carius like. It's funny how whenever we wonder what Irina's going to do, we instantly go to she's going to light herself on fire.
I mean, she blew up a boat once, pretty much, and the library.
I'm literally gonna sort of lean over and look down to the bottom. And I'm gonna assume there's a flat surface down there.
There is, yeah.
And I'm literally just going to
Push Irina down. Because she did to me.
if you do, I'm taking you with me.
But yes, I do. Because she did to me and Kashar.
You're literally pushing me down a flight of stairs.
It's only like 20. It's only like 15 feet or
20.
something.
20 foot is like 2d6 of damage. Not nice. That's for sure.
What is it?
Irina, as you look down to the bottom, though, you don't see the stairs connect to the bottom. They're actually broken halfway, and there's a 10-foot drop down. And with your superior dark vision, you can see claw marks and scratches up against the wall where that broken set of stairs ends.
Is it before or after Leviathan pushes me?
Just before.
If he pushes me, I'm grabbing hold of him and taking him with me.
I'm happy
And
with
I am
this.
using his body to break my fall.
I am happy with this.
Okay, roll a strength athletics check. Irina, you can roll, if you're trying to pull him with you, athletics check as well.
Yeah.
Sentinel kick off at this point?
Oh my lord. Oh god. Okay. Irina, you're pushed down, and Llewellyn does a nasty, mean move here. It just shoves you down the stairs. You tumble down, and as you fall off the edge, you do take 1d6 points of bludgeoning damage as you hit onto the bottom.
What was that for?
I didn't mean it. I meant it playfully. I didn't mean.
I get to the bottom and I literally pretend I've been knocked out. I literally stop moving.
I jumped down then. Like,
Yeah,
Damn it, Llewellyn, you killed Irina.
I jumped down like, Irina, you alright? You alright? I didn't mean to hurt you.
Oh Hold on. Just put that on.
I was just doing what you did to me and Kashan.
I wish I had minor illusion at this point because I was going to minor illusion blood seeping out their head.
Oh my
I've
god.
got like my leg at a really awkward angle, and I've made it look super dramatic.
Can I insight this?
Kashan is at Irina's side crying.
Can I insight this?
Do
I
I roll a deception versus Evelyn's insight?
Okay. Oh, that's close. Like, come on. I feel bad now, but I know you're okay, Irina. Just,
Right.
well, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to hurt you. I was just doing what you did to me.
To make you cry.
I just
Sorry.
was doing what you did to me and Kashan.
Irina's not dead.
No.
Or, Kashan, is this all an illusion?
What if it is? Maybe she is dead and she was never with us the whole time.
She was a ghost, you mean?
Maybe the eye
I
actually
just do this
killed us.
thing where I sit here, and then Candlewick kind of comes up like some like ominous spirit, leaving her body.
Yeah.
I guess at this point, I'm probably like, well, I guess if Irina's dead, then she doesn't need her stuff. See what reaction I get from her.
Catch my stuff, and I will kill you.
starts to reach for Candlewick.
I punch him in the face.
Yeah.
Irina, you're
It's an
alive!
eldritch blast to the face.
Kashan
Oh my god.
dive hugs
That's
Irina.
fine. I don't do that. I actually just sit up and slap him.
Yeah.
No, punch.
Hey,
Not with flat hand. Rolled up.
Yeah, but a slap stings. Like,
It does.
and it
does.
stings for longer, right?
It does.
I want to say there's a bit of heat behind it too, like Candlewick's in your hand.
Yeah, there's a burn mark.
Thinking about it, most of my shenanigans go towards Kashan. I guess I'm not used to party members that don't land on their feet.
Hey, Llewellyn,
Hey.
look between your legs. Sip to you.
No.
I'll
Should
roll
be
it for you, by the way.
should be good time for break, by the way.
Oh yeah, let's take a quick break as you guys dust yourself off and Evelyn gets punched in the face. And we'll be right back as they begin to explore this darkened, sandy interior of the inner dungeon.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
welcome back. Alright, so you just landed into this dark, dusty dungeon. There is 4 pillars around the room supporting the rest of the structure, but the circular stairs have kind of ended some way up this kind of cylindrical funnel, effectively, at the top. And you've fallen or jumped down. Some of you jumped, some of you got pushed. But after you've nursed your wounds, you can see there is only one exit out of this chamber, south. And who here is actually giving us light? It's Carius, you've got the torch, haven't you?
Yeah.
You can just barely hear the faint sifting of sand occasionally from the ceiling. Just bits of loose streams of sand that just filter down, perhaps from the mechanized cogs that have rotated. In fact, as you look around, gaze at those pillars, you see that there are very similar eye patterns on the 2 pillars nearest the exit as well. Hello?
Yeah, I'm gonna start heading towards the exit.
Yeah.
Staying as far away from Ravelin as I possibly can.
Let's head down this way, I guess.
Probably following, like, right behind, like, I said I'm sorry.
Just tell me
Oh,
if
no.
you need me to hit him.
It was meant to just be like a little... I didn't mean for you to get hurt.
There's a potential here. Do we split the party?
No, that's... No.
Oh.
Pausing for a second. As you come around the corner, you can tell the stonework gives way to the sandy kind of dunes, and your feet are pushing into it. But there it is, perfect. But it's easy to walk across. Doesn't impair your speed or anything. Just there's a lot of sand down here. That's all. And yeah, that's it. There is a doorway immediately to your left, Carius. And yeah, you can see it is open. There's like a large slab-like door in the top of the frame. And as you peer down around the corner, you see a very similar room with the 4 pillars once again, and an exit to the right. And in the center of this sand, there is dotted, glinting coins in the firelight of your torch. And they're just sprinkled across the sand, like a big pile of them.
Now, I'm not going to say things are always what they seem, but that looks like a trap.
A little
You know.
bit. It's almost like temptation, you know?
Interesting question. My familiar is now a cat, right? Is that what it got changed to?
Yes, it is, yeah.
Do cats have night vision in D&D? Like,
They don't. They have... Yeah, they don't for some reason.
But didn't you leave your familiar with those cats?
I did. You're right. You're right. And I wouldn't want to snap it back here anyway because...
You're trying to integrate it with the,
doing important
missions.
business. Yeah, doing very important business over there.
I looked at Taklo and I'm just like, do you want to go check it out? Shiny things.
Yeah, let's bring Taklo out.
Because I was
poked his head out. Let's have a little look.
yeah, I was gonna send it up here, but
Oh, Kashan's just walked in. Oh well.
seems about right for Kashan.
It does, doesn't it?
I thought it looked like a crystal, so that I thought we had found it.
No. I've got a torch. It's clearly coins of some kind. In a mysterious room where the door is mysteriously open seems, But you know what, actually, let's send Tackler around this corner to have a quick look.
Yeah, the room definitely seems like a trap. Like a sort of, ooh, pick this up and something will happen.
Or the coins themselves will attack you.
They're all mimics. Tiny, tiny mimics.
Or they're a horde mimic. Terrifying.
While these guys are like faffing in the room, like looking around,
Yeah.
I'm gonna sort of sit in the corridor for a minute. And I'm gonna pull the skull out of my coat pocket, and I'm gonna sort of start talking to it. And I'm actually gonna cast Unseen Servant.
Oh, okay. Cool.
And I'm basically going to command it to walk 10 feet ahead of me at all times. So it's almost going ahead of us and scoping out.
Right. Let's see. How can I make this work?
Just looking at Irina like, considering I'm the necromancer, you talk to the dead more than I do.
Who said that?
I love that you talk to a skull.
So yeah, unseen, invisible goblin creature
Yep.
is now scouting ahead for you.
Like, all right, Kaz, you're in charge of keeping us safe. It's 10 steps ahead.
All right.
Tackler, just go check around that corner quickly for me. I suspect it's a dead end, but you never know.
Also, are you guys alright? A lot of you look a bit busted.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, a lot of you are very injured.
Yeah. If like you need to take a minute to, I say a minute, it'd be an hour, but
And he just flops down. Thank you.
yeah. I was like looking at the house. I was like, Andy's is like really in the dark orange,
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
which to us
You
is
just
like
sit in this corner.
blooded.
I mean, would it be smarter to go back into the other room?
There is that. I was more just thinking of keeping an eye on this way, scouting wise, as we're resting.
I mean, I'm happy to keep lookout.
Are you sure you look pretty busted as well?
I completely ignore
No,
it.
Irina's fine.
Yeah, I know.
They took 3 bludgeoning damage from you pushing them, but that was, you're making a joke, I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sean, come back. We're going to take a quick cat nap before we continue.
Yeah, I guess I shut this door so if we do hear anyone coming that way, we'll hear the opening of a door.
Sure. There's 2 Irinas now because one of them's going to be your unseen servant. I'm just going to put.
Ooh, sparkly.
Yeah. That's the easiest way I thought to do this.
His name
Kara,
is Kaz.
Okay, there we go.
K-A-Z.
Kaz.
There we go. Karis, give me a perception check. And just flat.
Yes, I'm good at those.
Good at those, not enough to.
Yeah.
Well, you
I'm
can
really
see
not
down
good
the corridor, and you can see it seems to snake around to the side, cutting off your vision again. You haven't got enough of an angle, or you're not far enough down the corridor to see what's past there. So that's everything.
In which case, whilst we're on this, essentially attempting a short rest, let me just check the spell a moment because I know there's a limited thing on it.
And yeah, move your tokens to where you are taking the short.
Oh yeah.
rest.
I don't know why. Are we worried about getting attacked? Is this what's happening?
Well,
I mean,
we don't
it's
know what's down here, so...
There's a possibility.
Yeah, let's go back to the other room, and I'll do ritual tiny hut.
But Taklo's not coming with us.
Oh no. Okay. Sure.
Yeah, I'm
No,
going to
but-
make Kaz wait in the corridor as well, so he can almost... His command is essentially to give us a signal if something comes.
Yeah, but we should be safe inside the tiny hut while we short rest.
Yeah. Whereas Taklo... Does anyone have the light cantrip?
No,
Weirdly not.
you don't have it, and you're a cleric. What?
I have so many cantrips. That is not one of them.
Same.
I mean, I can cast Create Bonfire as a cantrip. I could just make, like, 5-foot cube bonfires everywhere.
Well, it was more. So whilst we're short resting, I'm sending Taklo on a scouting mission.
You know, I
Interesting.
do like the sound of that, of Irene's going bonfire, as we're going along.
All right then. So you're setting up a tiny hut for the next 10 minutes,
Yeah.
and is Taklo going before that 10 minutes or after?
Before he's gonna go up to about 100 feet away from me, because that's the furthest I'll be able to see for his senses.
All right. The corridor wraps tightly around 90 degrees, and almost kind of takes a U-turn, effectively. It's a odd design for underground. You'd expect a clean, straight passage, but nonetheless, it's definitely gone out of its way.
Yeah,
And
weirdly I
you-
can't see through Taklo.
Oh yeah.
I can
Okay.
see where Taklo is, but I can't see anything. Like, there's just black.
Partly because they have no light vision. Right. That'd be why. So they're
They do
flying
have
in blind.
They do have 60-foot dark vision and
Oh, they
10-foot
do?
blind sight.
Okay, let me do that then. Does that work?
No, I'm still not seeing anything.
If you click on the token.
Now that I've moved it. Okay.
Yep, we're good. Okay. Cool. Alright, so Taklo maneuvers around slowly, steadily.
Yeah, in fact, does Taklo have one? Yeah, Taklo is sniffing and listening and just seeing what they can.
Yeah. You can give me a perception check with disadvantage.
Which be flat because it has advantage normally. Yeah. Damn it, Taklo.
All's clear by the looks.
Taklo
A
will
little
continue.
bit of sand drops onto their head and they kind of shake it off as they're coming around this corner. And just as they're brushing it off, well, let's see. Gonna make this an advantage. Taklo can make me a wisdom saving throw.
Aha, advantage on that. Yay.
Yeah,
Assuming it's a spell or magical effect, anyway. Otherwise,
yeah,
it'd be.
it is magical.
Yeah,
Taklo, as this kind of sand like falls into their head, as they shake it off, they get really drowsy and their wings kind of slow for a moment, and they feel almost compelled to sort of land onto the floor, which they do, but they quickly shake off the fatigue. And they probably like rubbing their little eyes.
Okay. And they'll just communicate back that they want a nap, but they're going to keep going for now.
Yeah. They're like, why am I doing this? This is up ahead. There is a light source. I can see it flickering from up ahead, perhaps about 50 foot. The next chamber.
I get still within. I'm trying to play this without a cat. Looks like I can get maybe 10 more feet.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, that's as close as Taclo can get.
Alright. I'm gonna roll something.
They're going as quietly as they can.
They are. But what's his passive perception?
Passive is 13.
13. Okay. In that case then, Taklo hears a scurry of clawed footsteps. They hadn't heard them before up till now, but it's when you look back suddenly to see that a creature has stepped off of the sand and onto the stonework, and you can hear their tapping of their nails against it, and they're rushing forward with a longsword, trying to
And then
hack at you.
Arius is just going to go.
All right, nice, just in time. Everyone in the distance, you hear this clang, clang noise as metal against stone, and then it all goes quiet, just echoes and goes quiet.
Well, I think Karis will resummon Taclo next to him.
Okay. Yeah, I get. Yeah.
And whilst he can like see through Taclo's vision and stuff, he'll let Taclo give a report on what they saw.
Yeah, Troglodyte came up from behind me. There was. How did it get behind me? I don't know, but it was nasty, and it tried to swing a sword at me.
But you didn't. There were no other like passages you saw down there from.
Az is also looking down that corridor I want to mention. Didn't see anything. Didn't see a creature sneak out from that door. And also got sleepy at one point. Kind of wanted a nap.
You can have one now. You did a good job. Though now I'm wondering, considering there was a secret entrance to this place, maybe there's some hidden passages. Or troglodytes can teleport now.
I mean, or the fact that to get in here there was like a giant illusion on the front door.
So maybe some of the walls were illusionary, perhaps.
Maybe.
Or the but then we heard the sound of troglodyte and we're nowhere near it, so that would suggest.
Taclo, did you smell anything funky?
Yeah, they stink.
Okay.
Those troglodytes smell like feces and poop and pee.
Right, okay.
I like how he talks like a 2-year-old.
Taclo's obviously tired.
Yeah. Taclo, have a nap and
And a strawberry.
Harris looks through.
You got none left, haven't you?
Yeah.
It was wishful thinking. That's okay. I'll dream of strawberries instead.
How about some red water?
Close enough.
So Karis will shape water and change its color to make it slightly.
Can you flavor it?
Seemingly not. Does anyone wait? Llewellyn, you've got prestidigitation, right?
I have, yes, so I can make it taste like strawberries.
Yes. Make it taste like strawberries, and Karis is also going to cool it down so it's like a strawberry slushy.
It is going to be the most strawberry flavour it can possibly be.
This is great. Why haven't you done this before? This is amazing.
I didn't think of it, but yeah.
If I get treats like this every time I go scouting, I'll be happy. I'll be happy to.
We'll keep that in mind.
Hold up, is that Taclo's voice?
Yeah.
Why does he sound like Eleanor?
You gotta remember that, like, James normally does Taclo's voice himself.
Yeah.
Right.
Taking over.
Yeah, this is Chris's impersonation of me.
But,
Alright, 10 minutes past. Your ritual.
Kicks in now.
You can all roll perception checks as you roll effectively on watch. And I'll say you can roll with advantage because you've got Kaz. Arena? Yeah, let's do that.
Oh, pretty low for me, considering.
Okay. In this 10 minutes, you swear you can hear distant chatter, voices, but it's not something you can hear or like make out words of. It's just like distant. Something is communicating, but you can't pick out the source. And you also hear a scuttling noise as well, skittering, and Kaz doesn't see anything, but it sounded close by.
It doesn't sound. Oh, I'm about to say it doesn't sound like any more of those cat things, does it?
No, you don't hear any meowing or hissing noises. But definitely a lot of scuttling and skittering noise.
Yeah.
And that's it. That's all I'm gonna say. And then 10 minutes elapse. You guys get the dome up, and you're able to take a short rest.
Okay. I will pass over the Walpertinger plushie to Andy.
Oh, you get a plushie to hug.
Yeah, well,
Given.
Remind me what that does?
It gives you extra hit dice, doesn't it? Or something, or a bonus to your hit dice.
I believe it's an extra 2d6 whenever you take a short rest.
Is Andy also doing the Song of Rest?
So you got. So short rest is this one.
It is an extra 2d6.
Select how many you use out of your hit dice.
Are we doing a Song of Rest?
Yeah, because Andy could do that to boost our healing as well.
I just like the idea of like she's hugging this plushie and then everyone's looking at her like, are you going to do the thing?
Andy's just like, no, I'm having a nap first.
Hugging the snuggle beast, like this.
Oh. How many rolls?
He was very low.
As was I.
But that is.
You get the 2d6 and you can do a song.
How do I want to leave myself?
Is the question. If you are doing a Song of Rest, do let me know.
It's already done it for you.
Okay.
Has it?
Yeah. Because you were on like 16. It adds it because you click short rest. It does it automatically for you. You don't have
What? Even that 2d6 I just did.
That one, you're right. You do need to add.
Oh, okay.
At 11.
So add 11.
It's a Warpottinger and it looks like Ivern.
Good ages. Some.
Then
So you hug on to you. Perhaps you got like the little Warpottinger in your lap as you're playing a song. What kind of instrument are you using? Just out of curious.
Probably singing, actually, if it's a Song of Rest.
Singing. Okay.
Lullaby.
Cool.
Like a lullaby, yeah.
Perfect. So it is as you are singing this that you swear you pick out an instrument accompanying the song. But Andy's not got any instruments. They're holding onto the snuggle beast, the little fluffy rabbit with horns. It's somewhere else, but you can't pick out again. You can't pick out a source. Doesn't seem like it's coming from the corridor either. It just feels present because you're inside the dome, and yet you hear it clear as day. It just occasionally comes in to the song and then disappears again. like it was definitely like a wind instrument.
I think likes my song.
I just look at her shadow. Is it the shadow trying to sing along? It's made of
The
like
shadow,
air, technically.
the shadow shrugs and then gestures towards its mouth. It's like it does like the monkey speaks no evil gesture, uh, signifying that your shadow can't make sound. Yet you swear for the first time that that wind instrument flowed through and around the space, and it is soothing and it is healing your wounds. You do, everyone heals for 3, right?
Yep.
So cool. So make sure that added to your sheet if you haven't.
Don't know why it just randomly put wind speaker in the chat, but whatever.
That is odd, especially because I said it was a wind instrument. That's
Yeah.
very bizarre.
I mean, I was looking through my things to see what restored on a short rest, but when I put the 3 HP in, for some reason, that's what displayed wind speaker.
Weird. Okay.
Which is even weirder because it was the 3 HP was from the Song of Rest.
Ghost in the machine, or should I say ghost in the dungeon? Because that's the best you can equate it to. Is like that there's a ghost nearby playing a wind instrument occasionally. In fact, you might even be able to recognize what instrument that is. I don't know what kind of role this would be. I guess a history. But if you want to figure out what instrument that is, you can roll history if you want to.
I mean, Garrus will consider it and be like, eh. Garrus is like, nope, it's a wind instrument.
Andy's got a little bit better. It's some kind of flute-like instrument, you reckon, but not just a traditional flute. It sounds more ancient, like a primitive.
Didgeridoo.
No, no, it's definitely Middle Eastern. No, well, it's definitely Claude Coast. Should I say Gaidean maybe, but ancient, older. Um, yeah,
So
it's
she's not really wind instruments aren't her forte.
right.
So if it were a string instrument, she'd be able to pick up which one it is. But
It's kind of got this rich, haunting sound to it. It's not like a little flute, like it's more like a longer, drawn out, deeper note.
have I ever heard this sort of sound before? Like just generally from my years living in this area, does it sound familiar at all?
It does sound familiar, but it sounds unique still. So
Okay.
it's new to you, but you maybe would recognize it perhaps if you saw it. You maybe just haven't got the name of it on the tip of your tongue. You think it begins something with like beginning with D, but
A didgeridoo.
I'm telling you.
not a didgeridoo. This didgeridoo like wow wow that kind of reverberating
It's a
sound.
joke.
This one is definitely. I mean, it sounds older, like a maybe very ancient instrument. Anyway, that's just played throughout that whole short rest, and the dome vanishes at the end of an hour. Kaz
I
has not
re-summon Kaz because after an hour he disappears.
sure. Yeah, okay.
So
You
I
could
just
do
sit
that
there
at
with the
the
skull in my lap and I'm just like, you did a good job, but we need you for a wee bit longer, my friend.
During the last 10 minutes of the rest, could I have casted Detect Magic? Because that lasts like 10 minutes.
the ritual.
Yeah.
Yes, you can.
Okay, so I'm going to have Detect Magic up, because if we suspect there's illusions in play, then hopefully I'll be able to see them. Or other magical traps.
Okay, Carius. In that case, There is just an air of illusion magic. It's calm, though. Doesn't seem like a solid, forceful illusion, you know what I mean? It's just sort of almost like a dust in the air. You can see it. Small particles of illusion magic drifting around, and some of it is in the dome, purely based on how you've created it
Yeah.
around.
Does it seem like potentially it's like inert at the moment and just waiting for something to trigger it almost?
Right. In fact, when you hear that sound of that wind instrument occasionally, is also when you see the dust particles sort of flow with it, sort of like a wave drifts.
Hmm. Hmm.
What else? Let's see. Hmm. There is also, you can see around the brickwork, there is actually abjuration magic as well. It is lined through the walls.
So they're almost reinforced with magic. Probably why it's lasted so long despite being seemingly such an old ruin. Uh-huh. Ah, well, interestingly, there almost appears to be like motes of illusion magic in the air, but not enough that they seem to be doing anything. That they did seem to move during the song, and if we're thinking of getting out here through breaking walls, I don't think it's going to work because they are laced with abjuration magic.
And as you finish saying that, everyone hears that flute again, that wind instrument, echoingly haunting your presence, even though the short rest and song has finished. Seems to be now just continuingly present, drifting in and out.
Okay, not, I'm sure, the only one concerned about the Ubi music, just purely based on the fact that we know it can control people's brains, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to.
Actually, playing it through chatters right now as well. If you wanted to hear it. It's very ambient. It's almost like you don't notice it until you
Does anyone have
concentrate on
any?
hearing it.
Has anyone got any? Actually, I might. I'm wondering if in my scholars pack, obviously I've got writing equipment.
Huh?
Do I have wax? Sealing wax?
Cabbages and kings.
Possibly.
Hmm. Scholars. It doesn't say it on there. Okay. I always want to make like makeshift earplugs for everyone to try and stop the sound.
And you could use bits of cotton or material if you wanted to try that. Give me a survival check.
Survival.
Yeah. Survival is like making, makeshift out of things. So, an 11, yeah, most of your stuff is like leathers, isn't it?
Yeah. Like I've got assorted like trinkets and things like that, but nothing that's
Yeah, the closest you've got is perhaps the beads. Some of them might be the right size to stick in your ear. One or two of them are wooden, so they would maybe act to absorb some sound and muffle it, whereas others are like glass beads. It's not a great solution. If you had cork ones, they'd be maybe usable, but by looking at your inventory, it's not much you've got on you.
Would I be able to help in that? Because I have many wine bottles and vials that I used for ink and stuff. They're all empty at the moment because I've used all the ink up. But I
You
assume
could attempt.
I,
Yeah,
I
you
could
could attempt it if you want.
I could assume some of them would be have corks on the top. So what you want a survival?
You can give me a survival check as well. Yeah,
We should have done this together.
that's a bit better. The cork is small enough on the vials that you could uncork them, and if you've got big ears, they do the job. But for other smaller ones, you maybe need to just shave them down and cut them to size. Um,
I'll
you,
I'll see what Irina's doing, and I'll sort of like help with materials and gesturing, and we get this.
I literally sort of shuffle and turn my back and just kind of hunch over and ignore him completely.
I mean, alternatively, I could just cut my ears off and stick them in the book.
oh no, ears. What am I gonna do with those? I've got your mind. It's much easier to talk telepathically.
It was a dark joke. It's fine. Then again, would it come across as a dark joke to you? It'd probably just come across as.
Oh, I thought you was being serious. Nonetheless, will you get moving already?
Yeah, that's the plan. Now we're all looking a bit more
Yeah, you definitely look
sturdy.
much better.
And yeah, so I guess I pass around some corks. I guess the big corks would work for Kashan's ears
Right.
because he's got
So
big animal ears.
with a 14, it muffles the sound, but it doesn't cut it out completely.
Oh, we should have worked together.
It's almost like you've just plugged your ears. Like when you put your fingers in your ears, you can still hear people,
Yeah.
just muffled and distorted.
So what I'm
It'll
getting.
definitely impair your vision. Impair your listening for further down the dungeon.
Yeah, I'm getting the idea that if there is anything that affects us sound wise, it's still gonna be making us raw. Just maybe not
You
badly.
definitely don't hear the sound of the sand sifting anymore. That's enough. Enough to it blocks that out.
That's good. That's good. That's positive. It helps everyone, and we can continue on. And
Yeah, and I'll say that you don't quite hear the sound, the wind instrument as much anymore either.
nice.
Seems to have worked for that part at least. But you've only taken one step into the dungeon, so who knows how long it'll last,
Hey,
or if it gets worse.
worst case, I just bring out the bagpipes, and I'm just gonna be louder than it.
Right.
Yeah. I'm sure everyone would love that. But yeah, we good to go?
Yep, let's get rolling.
Yeah. Guess if Carius is the one with the torch, you.
Kaz walked 10 feet in front of us.
Oh yeah.
So that's 10 feet of whoever in front of whoever is at the front of the party, basically. He has to be within 60 feet of me. Otherwise, he stops moving until I'm within 60 feet.
Interesting question. How unseen is this unseen servant?
Invisible.
Like absolutely.
Yep.
Wow. Can Irina see?
They can speak telepathically with them, right?
Mhm.
So
I say telepathically. She literally speaks to the skull to give it
yeah.
commands.
Very cool.
So, Tadclo saw one of them round there and didn't see where they came from, but the sand seemed to cause some effect, so Do you think it's worth trying to go through this room with the coins, or follow around that way and see if we can find anything?
My inner explorer wants to check the room, but my intuition says it's a trap.
Yeah, so down this way then?
Basically, for
Yeah.
now, just we can always come back to this if we need to.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's you in front of me. I know you can't
As,
hear me,
as
but
was about to like had their hand against the door effectively, about to push it open, but you decide to go around the other way instead. So you
yeah.
begin heading out this way.
So, apparently there's a wall there that I'm colliding with.
This is the corner.
Perhaps.
Yeah. Yeah. Curious, because detect magic.
Oh, I
Well,
know why. It's because you've got pseudo dragon selected at the same time,
yeah.
so you're moving with them. If they're on your square, then that's fine.
Yeah, Carius would have had detect magic up, so I don't know if he sees anything as
Okay.
that last
You're not
10
seeing
minutes.
illusions, but you are seeing all around the walls, everywhere you go, abjuration magic.
Oh, knowing what we've been told, as we're
Yeah.
going round, I'd like to be dragging my hand across the wall as we're going, just in case to see if at any point my hand goes straight through.
Okay, Llewellyn, roll me either an investigation or a perception check.
Of course, I'm gonna go in perception.
Yeah, of course.
Uh,
Oh, very good. Okay, it's still over a 20, which is what you needed. So you're feeling with your fingertips, so that you can sense if there's any moment a space when it's not real. It's all real, but what I will say is that as you go across one part of the brickwork, you feel there is a slight gap between one brick and the usual repeating pattern, and you can sense like there is a groove. And as you look towards your right, you can see that groove extends all the way to the floor from the ceiling. Like normally brickworks, like there's a pattern which goes.
yeah. Does it feel like I could fit through, or is it something that only my arm would
It,
be able to go through?
it's really thin.
Oh,
It's just a
really?
groove.
Might
So
be a door.
where the normal repeating pattern of the bricks is offset, right? This suddenly hits a straight line.
Do you? Does as Carius or James just said? Does it feel like it could be a door?
If you follow your line all the way to the top, look across, you see it connects to another line that goes straight down, and you're looking at it right where your token is,
So it is.
right there and there. Don't know what you can see, but
If I give it a push, does the wall move, or is?
give me a strength check.
Because I'm wondering if maybe this is that, or we've got to find something to open it if there is. And I do let it. No, I didn't think so. Anyway,
It seems pretty solid as you try to push it.
there seems to be an entrance here or a door. It's not illusion. It's physical. Um, you guys have the X-ray. Do you have the X-ray eyes still, or the X-ray T-shirt?
Grey shirt.
That, yeah. Shit. There's probably going to be something on the other side of this.
Okay. She holds it up to it.
Yeah.
Uh,
Maybe we can figure out how to open it.
I mean,
Okay.
it can be opened.
Andy, you can see the shirt begins to ripple, and the brickwork begins to slowly dissolve from sight, and you see into a room, dark room, but I guess you've got some light filtering through the X-ray shirt, so I will say that you can see into it, and there's about a 15 by 20-foot long room, and there are 3 altars on it. Each one of them has some sort of shiny treasure atop them. That's the only way to describe them. One is like a shiny golden pot. Another one is some sort of tablet, like made of gold. And Andy, you can just about make a third one, which is like this semicircled artifact. It's got inscriptions on it. It's got like these markings. It's whatever it is. It looks ancient.
She's got her face basically pressed right up against the shirt. She's like, okay, normally, I don't know what this place is, but it's filled with all these shiny things. Normally I'm just a pickpocket, but damn, that would sell for a lot.
So we gonna get in here then? Somehow?
Maybe later.
You don't see any other exits in there, by the way. It just looks like a complete 15 by 20 foot room. Just no exits.
My pickpocket senses tingle, and that won't be an easy job.
All right.
I mean, the fact that this place is already booby trapped.
Yeah.
You'll have like the wolves come in on you, or I don't know, if filled with spiders or something.
Can I, I guess for the sake of it, can I investigate to figure out a way of opening this? See-
Yeah, you can now that you've seen the door, you can roll an investigation check. See if you can figure out a way to open it. You already tried pushing it. It's clearly not working.
Maybe there's like a brick that is like a switch or something, or...
It's not a push door, it's a pull door.
Always, every single time.
Yeah.
19.
19. As Llewellyn is pushing on the door, Karis, you can see there's abjuration magic once again, sort of just lighting up. Doesn't seem as though Llewellyn can open this, but also Llewellyn, you don't feel like there's anything stopping you. It's not like you're pushing against something and it's blocking it, and nor do you actually see a way to open it like mechanically. It's almost as if it's magically locked.
And
But
I have no magic to deal with this anyway.
right, but and Karis is seeing the abjuration magic around it. You could roll an Arcana check as well, Karis, but it's pretty obvious that it's magically locked.
So it's basically an arcane lock.
Well, Karis thinks that, but weirdly, the abjuration magic is seamless with the walls, which is odd because you can't arcane lock a wall.
Hmm.
So I'm going to say with a 7, you think it's an arcane lock at first, but that doesn't quite fit to the equation because everything has this abjuration. So you're actually unsure as to what spell it is, but you're understanding it's magically locked with the rest of the walls and the chambers, whatever that is. And I'll just give you a little, Andy gets to see what's inside there.
Oh, that is cool.
That's what Andy gets to see.
That is cool.
They look like Egyptian artifacts almost.
They do look orange. It's true.
So, just
Middle Eastern.
Just to mark it, you know.
Nice little find there. If you hadn't said that you were running your finger along the wall, would you found Jack?
I wasn't thinking of like finding a secret room. Though. I was thinking maybe there's like a hidden alcove because of the thing jumping up behind behind that claw.
Carius looks at the X-ray shirt for a moment and just considers things, and it's like, how badly do you want stuff from the other side of that?
Oh, you're on about Misty Stepping or something.
Yeah, don't go doing it now. We don't
Yeah.
need there. We can come back later.
Yeah, and considering I'm tapped, we don't want the rest of us tapped as well.
Well,
Mainly, we have a reason for being here. If we can loot this
Yeah.
place afterwards, fantastic.
yeah, I'm just thinking if I use fast step because that lasts a minute anyway. I'll keep that in mind for later, but for now, wait, I just somehow changed map. I accidentally went to the damn zero state moment.
Yeah.
Alright.
I mean, we can
I know
figure
you
this.
said fast step, but
Yeah.
Too faster.
Too far, too far.
There's
Yeah,
no place like home. There's no place like home.
yeah. I mean, we can figure this place out, and then you know, once we clear it, and we don't have to worry about anything.
For now, if you
Go nuts.
keep tracing the walls as you go round, and then
I'll trace this side if you want to trace the other side.
Karis will do that.
Cool. Alright, so you continue marching along. And, oh, great, I only went through the wall. That was me moving them. Andy, are you at the back, just out of curiosity? Marching order-wise?
Yes.
well,
Is there
Andy would
lingering-
probably be close to probably Irina because she can see the best in the darkness. Because obviously Andy
Sure.
is human; she has no dark vision at all.
Yeah, line one,
Precisely.
one.
But we'll say for the moment, as you're lingering there, looking at the treasures one last time and peeling away the shirt, I just need Andy to make me a wisdom saving throw.
I swear to God, if this is a curse of Azeroth?
The curse of Azeroth being obsessed with World of Warcraft.
Oh, that one was touch-based. But this one, Andy, as you're perhaps just folding up the shirt, you yawn quite a long time. It's like a 4-second yawn before the fatigue kind of wears off again. And yeah, your eyes feel heavy for a moment. You blink, trying to shake it off, and you realize you've just been there for a few seconds, not catching up to the others, and you quickly rush back up to them, back up to Irina's side. But yeah, strange. You just felt a wash of fatigue for a moment.
Oh boy.
I think I need a holiday.
Is this not a holiday?
No, this is work.
And if anything, don't you have to go somewhere like you've not been to be a holiday? And we're from the Claude Coast originally, so this is the opposite.
I mean, that's not necessarily true. You haven't been here before, have you? Have you?
Maybe. Karis just looks shifty on purpose. So let's keep going, and hopefully,
As you go around the walls, Laverne, keeping your fingers tightly against the brickwork, you do see there's a number of mosaics and more artwork depicting creatures on the actual brickwork. You can see desert-like scenery. There are palm trees, and there are, strangely, and funnily enough, there are like fox-like creatures, the same ones like the same one you saw in the marketplace. And you also see on the opposite side, not the one your hands are on, but the other side, there are depictions of dogs in the desert as well. But they look kind of scrawnier and, I guess, more gaunt. They're not like usual dogs you've seen in other kingdoms. They're like a desert-based dog. If you roll a nature check, you can figure out what kind. But
dogs.
desert dogs. You know what? Actually, I'll just give it to you. And with a 16, yeah, you know they like jackals.
Yeah.
The jackal.
Dessert dogs. It's the dogs that you play with after the main meal.
Alright, Kaz steps forward again and then comes to a T-junction and turns to the right
You turned into
and notifies you of a difference in the room ahead of you. Yeah, the little skull clatters for a moment and tells you, Irina, that the coins from that room are now missing.
Interesting.
They were scattered within the sands as well. You'd imagine it'd take quite a long time to pick up each one individually. But they're all gone. Every single one of them.
I'm intrigued now. Can you send Tackler back around the other way to the door and see what he's like? Maybe it's like a trick of the mind.
With my feline agility, I'm gone.
Yeah, you're probably quicker. Kashan,
Yeah. Okay,
Sure.
like, well, obviously we get down to like here and see what they're missing.
Yeah, there's two entrances to that room. As Kashan, you push open the stone door. You look around, not a single piece is left in the sand. It's all gone.
Oh,
Nothing but a dune.
so not a trick of the mind. It's actually gone.
I'm going to pull out one of my own coins. Bing.
It sits on top of the sand. Doesn't sink or anything. Just rests on top. Sits there for a moment longer. No changes. And Carius, now that you've kind of come up to the corner here, Kaz gets forward and you can come around it. You don't see any magic on the sands or around that room either.
I send a message to Kashan to ask what he sees.
The coins are gone? I just thrown one of my own into the middle of the room and nothing's happening.
so we were right. The coins might be alive.
Oh, I'm just thinking maybe something, because we heard noises before, went to get the coins and there's a sinkhole.
Maybe. Or maybe by ignoring it, we broke that illusion. They realised we weren't going to fall for it.
Oh, that's possible.
Nevertheless, I am going to get Cheney Dave and try and hook back my coin.
Sure. It takes a few attempts, so yeah, you can get the coin back if you wish.
Sweet.
Yeah.
And I'll rejoin the rest.
Let's check what's round this corner. I guess.
In fact, I guess I'll probably see carriers around here, won't I?
You could climb along the walls if you're worried about stepping on the floor.
Ah, it's alright, I'll just walk over.
Another door down there.
There is a long corridor, 45 feet in length, and at the very end of the door, end of the hallway, there is another door, similar to the one you just pushed open over there, Kashan. Heavy stone with hinges.
I would like to search for traps.
Yeah, go ahead. Give me an investigation check. Or a perception check.
Oh, I might actually do.
When was the last time any of us actually said those words, I'd like to check for traps?
I don't think we've ever said that.
It's been a while.
Sure. Kashan, as you're right in that area, you can't see any traps along the corridor. There is a bit of leaking sand where there's a fault in the brickwork. Some of it's leaking, but there doesn't appear to be any traps down it.
But
Did you go all the way around, did you say? And not into this room?
I cut through it.
But, yeah, I saw you cut through it, but were you actually going through it physically with Kashan?
Did I see carriers across the way? If I did, then yes.
Okay, you did. Okay.
Yeah. But just around the wall.
Sure. Yeah, you didn't trigger it, but you can see as you came underneath this archway, there is actually another stone slab door that can slide down. But it didn't seem to trigger when you went through. It is right there, though.
Ooh.
That probably would have been something to deter me away from going through. But I'll keep that in mind for the future.
Yeah. But you only saw it as you went underneath, and I'm going to say that for some reason hasn't triggered.
It was a trap.
It was a trap indeed.
And
However, there doesn't seem to be any traps along the room in front of us.
Okay. Is this the way we want to go then? Or do we want to split up? No.
Andy, Irina, what do you think?
Bad idea.
Do you want to go this way, or do we want to go into that main chamber?
Hang on, sorry, I'm trying to move Andy. I don't think the big room with all the sand is a very good idea.
Well, I meant this big room over here, down here.
Oh, it's just because we're all stood next to this big sandy room, so
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
oh,
If
okay.
we
In
kind
which
of got
case,
2 paths we could go.
There's light flickering from one way, and the other way is that long 40-foot corridor.
well, we're looking for people, right?
Yeah.
So follow the lights.
But the people who, whilst the people we're intending to rescue would want light, the troglodytes prefer the dark, so the light seems a weird choice for them, unless they're trying to keep their prisoners sane, I guess.
Tell you what. She's gonna look over at Kashan specifically. She's like, "How good is your hearing?"
It's pretty average.
Just average. Oh. Well, if there's people here, the chances are they will make noise.
I'm not sure if Tabaxis have. I know what you're.
She's kind of like, I don't want to sound racist, but you being feline in nature.
That's what they all say.
Blow pipes and
Look, we hate to say it, but you've got the biggest ears, all right?
What?
blow pipes up and goes, I've got good hearing.
Okay. And
Yeah.
we'll try and see if we stay quiet, see if you can hear any voices, specifically human voices, people talking.
Right, Taklo will try to listen as hard as they can, and they only get a 12. They do have keen senses, which is why I rolled to advantage.
Not picking up on any voices nearby. You're really not sure how big a space this is, but we'll point out one thing. When you walked into the bar, it was so oddly quiet. Do you remember when you walked into the acacia shade and no one was talking?
Yeah. I'm
That was
still
kind of
worried.
creepy.
Wait. I
And
Garish just had a slight mind blast. He was thinking, I think I might know what that scuttling sound was that we heard.
Mice?
Well, there were gold, what we thought were gold coins in here that aren't there. What if they were the scuttling things?
So you still think the coins are moving on their own?
Yeah.
Not necessarily on their own.
Could be
Is there a type of
magic.
insect that looks like a gold coin? Like here in the desert? Is that a thing?
Don't tell me it's like a scarab.
Yeah, that was honestly my thought, something like that. But it could also be, as Llewellyn said, maybe a mimic that mimics a coin.
But mimics wouldn't make a scuttling noise, aren't they? Like goopy.
True. Or it could be... But then again, if it was like an animated coin, it wouldn't make a scuttling sound. So I'm wondering if maybe they just disguise themselves. Like maybe they're just... Because we only saw them on the surface, so we don't know what they were like
That's
below.
what I mean.
the
Is there a
sand.
type of insect that looks like a coin? Like, as it's like...
Has
Like,
Karif ever
is it
heard
like
of
carapace
something
or
like
whatever
that?
you call it?
Yeah. Do we know?
you can both roll nature checks with, I'm going to say with disadvantage.
Who,
'Cause
who can roll this?
anyone.
Karif's got 21 with disadvantage.
Impressive.
Disadvantage is shift.
Control.
No, it's control.
Control.
That does it.
I have no interest in bugs. They eat books.
Nature.
The whole idea is preposterous. But Carius, you've perhaps heard or read of stories that there are insects that, like jeweled beetles, are very common in the desert. They will disguise themselves as rocks, normally so that they do not get attacked by like scavengers. They just ignore them. But some of them get particularly shiny and jewel-like in appearance, just to, I guess, mimic even more precious things. But ones that look like coins specifically, you've never seen one, and nor have you met anyone who has seen one. But that doesn't rule out the possibility.
There's But as much as it's interesting and we're not sure, I vote we go down this way because Sean's checked for traps and it looks clear.
Sounds good to me.
And, right, Kaz, lead the way. Just in case Sean's wrong.
Sure.
My favorite thing about this whole situation with Kaz is the fact that she's talking to us, but she's speaking to it in Goblin. So all you hear is like.
Carius,
Kaz,
keep to the other side.
get to the bottom.
Yeah. Because we're both running our hands across, aren't we?
Yeah.
Gets to the bottom of the corridor. Goes to push open the door, and you can see it open for just a crack before suddenly the door clunks and shuts, and like physically like pushes Kaz's hands back. Not that you can see them. Everyone else would see the door open a crack and then shut suddenly and lock. And Carius, because you're still seeing in magic vision, you definitely saw an abjuration flare and lock the door. And you can see Kaz is pushing against it, Irina, but Kaz communicates, no luck. Thing is not budging now.
I'm going to turn back to the leak in the ceiling.
That hasn't changed at all, really.
A sigh of relief.
Yeah.
Let's head back then. That door seems to have magically locked. Either perhaps there's a magical trap or someone's on the other side and has locked it.
Actually, where? I was just thinking then. Where's my spell? Where's my spell? Detect magic.
At that point, you also hear the sound of that instrument flow back the way you came. And Carius, you do see just a slight drift of the particles swirl around back the way you came.
I hate this.
Llewellyn.
Because everything in me would use dispel magic if I had the slots.
You'd be dispelling magic every step of the way, then, wouldn't you?
I'd be like,
every
yeah.
wall has magic. Even the dust in the air has magic in it.
Yeah, but every special player's like, oh, the secret. I'd be like, dispel magic. This door here, dispel magic.
Llewellyn, that spell we use to identify magical objects.
Yes.
Did you use that on a door that's been magically sealed to find out more details about how it was sealed?
I could attempt it.
What, sorry? What then?
Identify.
Yeah.
Identify. You can use it on magical items.
But is the door's magic?
The door isn't a magical item. There is, from what you can tell, Gareth, there's a magical effect on everything around it, every wall. Unless the whole dungeon itself is one massive magical item, which
it does
like,
say magic imbued object.
Oh, okay, potentially then, but everything is veiled together, all seamlessly connected in one.
Yeah, it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard to tell that different from the others. For now, maybe keep that as an idea, but for now, let's keep moving.
I do think we should, because it could help us identify exactly what is being used on the door, like spell-wise, or
Worth a shot then.
it just means waiting a
Yeah.
bit for it to be ritually
It takes
cast.
10 minutes, but if you want to do the identify, nothing's stopping you.
Yeah, figure out, because then at least
Okay.
we know what's going on
Right.
around us. Instead
The
of
door is imbued with the same magic that's all over the walls and this entire place. And as you identify it, you feel a pulse that emanates out to a great distance, 2,500 square feet of flooring and walls is how you feel, how much is connected to one another. This entire place is under the spell known as Guards and Wards. It is a 6th level abjuration spell, and it enchants an entire dungeon practically. It's learned by wizards and bards, and it protects everything, including corridors, doors, stairs, you name it. And there are a bunch of different magical effects that you can apply to this place, but I'm not going to go through them all. You can look up the spell yourself if you want now knowing the name of it.
Yeah, I I didn't expect as much information as I got. So my way of explaining this is, um, remember the shape changer in Terig's Tower? This is one of his spells that were in the book that I glanced across,
Guards and wards, yeah.
and
Nice.
that's how I know what it is.
Yeah.
But the identify spell connected the dots.
Yeah, which basically looking at it would explain exactly what it is, because the doors are magically locked if sealed by an arcane lock spell. So
That's why you kind of got tripped up earlier. Like, wait, is it an arcane lock? It feels like it, but it's something more. It's something else.
yeah.
So it's a protective sort of spell, which is understandable. This is their home, I guess. They want to protect it.
It also means that there's a 6th level caster. Or
But
higher, sorry.
but it
It
also
covers 10 doors in illusion, but
Yeah.
it says it locks all doors. But that door wasn't locked, so I'm wondering if perhaps that's at the very edge of it. Like maybe not far enough over to be locked, and it's only once we're in this area that it's locked. Maybe.
Maybe.
yeah. So we're looking at two things, either from what I can see. Either there is a highly powerful caster here, or there has been one that casted this for a whole year.
Hmm. And considering we're hearing music for it, I'm guessing, based on the fact we've been told bards and wizards can learn this, that it was a bard that cast it, which would link back to that person they said was playing a song.
So there's quite a lot of effects for this, isn't there?
But
You haven't even scratched the surface.
it doesn't look like there could be any
Mm.
like those coins don't seem like they could be part of it. But I'm wondering, could the music? For now, it seems like the music wants us to go somewhere. It's probably stupid to follow it, but sometimes the only way to find out someone's true intentions is to spring the trap. So I say for now we follow it.
So yeah, it seems like the main things we need to watch out for is stinking cloud webs and
Suggestion.
suggestions. Yeah, charms.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now you know what you're in for.
Yep.
Be
Oh,
better prepared for it. But yes,
no.
you do hear that flute once again circle around back where you came. And Karis, you see those dust particles actually lead you back around and into a bigger chamber where you see the light is flickering. Kaz comes around the corner and lets you know, Irina, there is an altar with two braziers either side of it, and a standing mirror is stood upon the altar. There is a corridor to the left and right in this room. It's like there's 3 exits to it. It's including the one you just came through. But no dangers. It looks around, checking for any individuals, but doesn't appear to be. The mirror, however, does oddly have someone in it. And Kaz looks at it for a second, wondering if Kaz is seeing its own reflection, even though it's invisible. But it is not. It is instead a beautiful woman adorned in fine silks, jewelry, and she's got a veil over her lower face, and she seems to be fanning herself.
That's definitely not Kaz.
No.
As they truly wish to be.
I don't know about that, but alright.
Who knows? Or maybe it's Kaz's ideal romantic partner.
I mean, that's potentially. But,
Sure.
I am going to point out the time. I do have work in
Yeah.
the morning.
Yeah.
Wow, that flew by.
And I guess we'll end it here then, as Carius, you enter into the room, and it seems as though the graceful woman suddenly flicks her fan away, tucks it into her waist belt that's also adorned in gold chains and dangling trinkets and treasures. And she turns to you, and the earrings kind of dangle and jingle, and then she sees you, Carius, and goes, "Ah, so you're the one I've been hearing all about."
I'm actually, if you've heard about any of us, it's probably the mighty Kashan. He's got a song about him and everything.
Songs. I adore songs. In fact, one of your group has a beautiful singing voice.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, that's Llewellyn. No, I'm joking. Even I can't believe that lie I just told it.
All right. I
To be
think
fair,
on
I don't think Llewellyn's even tried to sing in front of everyone.
Yeah. To be fair, elves do tend to have very singy-songy voices.
Yeah, but it's you, Llewellyn. I just can't imagine it. For
No,
some reason.
I never gave Llewellyn a proper voice. It's just my voice, sadly.
Please don't. They just scream.
I will sing you the song of my people.
and I shall sing you a song in return.
No.
Do you like my music? You've been hearing just the ambience.
Oh no.
I can't wait.
Honestly, I'm quite a fan of anything that uses the wind as part of its thing. You know, it's kind of my thing.
Ah. Then you'll enjoy the duduk very much. And she pulls out the actual instrument that you've been hearing, and it is a wind instrument with a double reed, and she just named it as well. It is a duduk. It's a strange one, but it is an ancient.
Do go on, I guess.
Yeah.
Sure, heard of
But yeah, it seems to be made of like this apricot-colored wood, and it actually has. That's the meaning of it as well. Apricot made. That's what kind of translates to. But I think on that note, as she kind of pulls out this instrument and sort of, I guess, gingerly waves it around in front of you is where we'll end tonight's session. She's revealed herself, and she's welcoming you into her own domain, it seems. And we'll get on to that dialogue next week and see how it plays out. But nonetheless, it's been Raffle's Story. Thanks very much for watching, and tune in next week where we continue.
Done.
And
And,
Monday for What Lies Beneath.
yeah, tune in on Monday for our ongoing Underdark campaign, and on
Sunday.
Sundays as well for Babiaga.
And not this Sunday specifically.
No, but it is coming up to a climactic battle, so
Fighting
with Baba Yaga
Yaga.
herself. So if you like BBEG fights, yeah, tune in for that. It's going to be an absolute clustermuck.
Panic.
All right.
Guys, we made it to a dungeon.
Yeah, made it. See you all then. Bye bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.